Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 4pixels. Your hosts, Coco and Kimi, are here with our guests, Buttons and Layflay, and we are continuing the letter where we have just started Luke's chapter.
Where's the new stuff?
Okay.
Here we go.
After a long, desperate
Uh,
run
it,
in
it,
search.
it's Kimi now.
Oh, is it really? Okay, I thought we were gonna keep doing mine because they were Luke's journals. I'm sorry.
No, you read Luke voice in
Okay.
your ear voice thingy. After a long, desperate run in search of a way out, the house calmed down for some reason. An exit was finally in sight. Waiting on the other side, however, is and that's some nice art there. He looks way more angry than he did in the
Yeah.
actual art.
Yeah.
In spite of the danger Luke Wright posed at the moment, Ashton lowered his gun and assumed an imploring tone towards the man he hated. Amidst the tense air, a voice suddenly echoed in the foyer. There, at the top of the grand staircase, stood Hannah Wright.
Finally, I've been wanting to read this for so long.
Ooh, did I read this too?
Yep.
Nice. Oh, that's a name? Lucille Mitchell Luke Wright. August 2nd, Leo, 31 years old. He's 5'8", which translates to 173 centimeters. Occupation, president and CEO. British, atheist, raised Anglican. He's a high school dropout. Privately tutored. Likes bread pudding, dogs, wine and absinthe. Piano playing, daffodils, money, woman and power. Okay, that's
Big
something
mood.
he likes. A prostitute's son. He spent his childhood roaming the streets, begging or pickpocketing in order to avoid home. Home meant a too drunk mother and her equally drunk clients, some of who would take to beating the child out of anger if he so much as looked at them wrong. That meant he was always in trouble, in one form or another. Nothing was done to correct it until, in a sober moment, his mother found out about the abuse and promised to take better care of her son. Luke was happy for a while, but his mother's bad habits led to an early grave and left him orphaned until his biological father, a businessman with no legitimate heir, sought him out. He was trained to inherit Wright Enterprise, but along the way got mixed up with illegal activities. That put the company in a bad spot after his assistant ran off with a large sum of dirty money. Bankruptcy would have been inevitable if he hadn't married Hannah.
So Ellen Foster gone bad is basically what I'm hearing.
Okay, so I mentioned this a long time ago in Ashton's chapter. It was something that happened in the diary that I just found really amusing, and I can kind of see why people would ship Luke and Ashton just because of the irony. But the reason that Ashton became a cop was because he met Luke when he was a kid, and that made him feel like he wanted to go into law to be able to protect kids like Luke.
Holy fucking shit.
Wow.
Oh my god.
It's
Damn.
after all. It's a small world after all.
Considering their callbacks to the diary, I'm sure that's coming up in this chapter.
But you also said you wanted to say something, Buttons?
I mean, this just completely solidified it because I was gonna say, I bet you he's not even actually like rich or nobility and he married into it. So nailed it.
Everything makes so much sense now, kind of.
To say that I'm scared of what's happening is a gross understatement.
Nice.
Trouble of any sort is the last thing I want to get home to after a long day at work and a trip to the bar. And when I see Hannah near prostrate, I can only feel dread. She twitches and seizes, body wound and coiled tight before trashing, shuddering and shaking. Like a woman possessed, her mouth falls open and her eyes roll to the back of her head. It has the hallmark signs of a seizure. The symptoms are similar enough. And that knowledge, the fact that I know this, only makes me feel worse. Any anger I had caused by our disagreement on parting ways, no matter how temporary she claimed it to be, disappeared. The alcohol-induced daze that I felt was brushed aside as I ran to help her. None of that mattered at the moment. But I hold her close, is all I can do while she trashes about. I know this is wrong, that I'm not supposed to hold her down, yet I do it out of instinct, reflex even. I'm terrified of hurting her, but I see no other way to keep Hannah from hurting herself. It takes a lot to keep myself from running off to get help when she needs me here. And it takes everything I have to keep myself intact. When she says my name, I realize that the seizures have stopped. But that doesn't make the dread go away.
Please. What happened here?
This is probably what he was referring to when he talked about the first incident or break-in.
Yeah, the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Who did this to you?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
The sight of her tear-streaked face is enough to twist the knife in. It does not help that I'm as lost as she is right now. And all I can say is...
Shh, it's all right. You're safe now, Hannah. You're safe now.
It takes a bit to go through the house with my inebriated self. That's even made worse by the fact that I had to carry a nearly unconscious person as well. I was about to give up too, until Schroken showed up to lighten the load. He quietly takes her from me without question and brings her up to the bedroom. And me? Well, I couldn't bring myself to follow. Not right now. Not while I'm drunk and rattled by what had transpired. It's a miracle I was able to help at all. So here I am, sulking in a parlor chair with a glass of wine in hand. I can't even remember what particular vintage it is, and I practically did not care right now.
I kind of love that Button's accent is like,
You're already drunk and still have problems. Even more alcohol should help.
Big fucking mood! Big fucking mood!
I was about to say, I really enjoy how Button's accent is like a cross between English and German. Because it's definitely leaning more into a little German wheelhouse there with the pronunciation. And it's just like, you know what? No, that's totally his inner monologue. I mean, Giannis has basically raised him, right?
Pretty
well,
much.
And then he does this shit. Like,
And then he does this because I'm already drunk. I still have problems. Even more alcohol should help.
Yeah.
It's just like, honestly.
That laugh, though, that's what really got me. I want to hear that again.
Because when you're already drunk and still have problems, even more alcohol should help.
Oh, second sign.
Petition to put that voice line on the OST.
Yes.
Just the laugh.
Just the laugh.
For 30 seconds straight.
Amazing.
Of course, the butler chooses now to appear and be unhelpful.
You know what actually solves all problems? Death. But it is not recommended.
See,
Damn
he's
it,
speaking
Johannes.
my language.
Johannes, what the fuck?
Johannes, do you need help?
I appreciate this German humor.
Alcohol isn't a true solution either.
It's worked well enough for me.
Yeah, I'm sure about that.
I can't.
It's a fucking hot mess of a human. Oh my god.
He's buttons.
Thanks.
Illegal activity. How to possess life.
Yeah, that's on brand actually. Now that you say that. I'd like to believe that I guess get my best ideas while I'm thoroughly hammered. Not everyone might agree, but they can't really do anything about it, can they?
Well, you can't do worse than 0, so I guess he's right.
Ayo. With a fuck ton of money comes great power. Sometimes responsibility. And with that responsibility comes a lot of reasons to get drunk. Of course, I can just tell responsibility just sawed off if I was feeling reckless. And Christ, I must be really drunk if I'm thinking in circles. I just need something to focus on, and I should be fine.
How is she? Is she alright?
Why does he sound like Junkrat?
Yeah. I think that's the reason why I was caught off guard by his voice when we encountered him in Ashton's chapter. It's just like, did he always sound like that? Because my brain's just going, I've heard that voice before. Where have I heard that voice? And Buttons just solved it right now. Is fucking Junkrat. Junkrat
That's
is
killing me.
Skis Ball.
The VA, be Junkrat. But, oh.
Junkrat is blonde.
Huh?
Fire in
Damn.
the hole. If panic crept into my voice at the question, I don't let it show. It would be a show of weakness to be so frazzled, to show so much concern over a woman who is going to put me aside. People like him who work for me, I trust with business, but not with myself. Never with that. Only Hana has come so close. Only she has truly seen the man beneath the facade. Only her actions can wound me so.
Sleeping. Aside from a few bumps and bruises, she seems to be fine. A maid is watching over her for now. It is best not to leave her alone. But, if I may ask, what happened? I was in the gardens when I heard screaming. Did you...
No, it wasn't me.
I'm sorry, I can't unsee Junkrat. It's killing me. Oh, I've been ruined by myself.
Yep. Good job. Congrats.
Congratulations, you've won. I'm quick to be on the defensive. I may be capable of horrible things, but I would never harm her. Of all people, no matter how angry I might become. I would never lay a hand on her to hurt her.
I didn't do anything. I wouldn't do anything like that. I don't even have a reason to.
You don't consider her wanting to be a part as reason?
It is it. Well, it is. I don't want to talk about it right now. But what happens was I got home. She was seasoned in the kitchens. Is she ill?
Not that kind of doctor. But I've already scheduled your physician for a house call tomorrow morning. We'll still have to monitor her as soon as she wakes up, and
Mm-hmm.
Season in the kitchen. The worst part is when it was said that way, I'm like, hold on, she was making food in the kitchen? And then I read the line and I'm like, oh, seizuring. She was having a seizure in the kitchen.
Seizing, not season.
It sounded like seasoning.
Listen, boy's drunk as shit.
Exactly.
Oh my god, my internet is fucking dying from the storm.
Yeah, I could
Great.
tell. At least on my,
Awesome.
I just thought it was because, like, I'm on the West Coast and y'all are on the East Coast, so, you know, typical lag.
No, it's the storm is screwing up my internet real bad.
Excellent.
You know, why not?
Why the fuck not?
Oh god. Things are coming back to me. I need a drink.
really? You're still drinking?
Why, yes, it seems to be the bloody best time to be drinking. I'm allowed, aren't I? After all, I've just found my wife having a seizure, and I shouldn't give two shits about it. Not when she's about to leave me.
But I do. Goodness, I do.
Smash drunk.
Sam.
Big mood. A big generous gulp just makes it so that the taste of cherries, raspberries, and strawberries wash over my tongue. The thing too sweet considering its deceptively earthy aroma. That's what you get for drinking a Chianti. A Velden's Vineyard seasoned red isn't really something to scoff at. I've had many good memories with this particular drink. This particular bottle, in fact, was a gift. It serves the purpose Lady Blairnot had given it to me for. To forget. All the same, whether I took this bottle or a Pinot Noir, it is just a means to an end. I will probably have to finish the whole bottle to get drunker than I already am.
But no, she doesn't need to be taken care of. If she wants her time apart, she'll have it.
It'll break my heart to just let her go. But she deserves this much, doesn't she? We both deserve this much.
She's had her uses.
She's done a lot for me in the 7 years we've been together. I pursued her first for the money. Called it. It was supposed to be for strictly business.
And no one was shocked.
Yep.
There might have been a time, too, when I considered taking her out of the picture so that I can do with the money as I pleased. I had planned to manipulate her, and I feel horrible thinking about it. But along the way, I had changed. If only for her. Perhaps my father would scoff. Tell me I've gone soft. Maybe I have. Does it matter? 7 long years. It had its ups and downs, and it certainly hasn't been a perfect marriage. We had our fights. Who hasn't? But those small moments where we could just laugh and be our happy selves were always magical. They made all these years worth it, and I had seen many more years to come. So where did I go wrong? I've loved only 2 women in my life. Mother dear, bless her soul, called it. And Hannah, who has been my sunshine for so long. Losing her, I fear that I might become more like my father. Had Damien Wright stayed with Mother or any of the other numerous women he had a child with, would he have been less of an embittered shell of a man? Would having a darling love in his life made him a better person? Perhaps it is bias of me to doubt so. I don't think I can ever see the old man in a favorable light.
I'm just surprised that you're not afraid. She might be leaving with delicate information.
Oh, she might know something. But if she hasn't done anything with the knowledge for this long, I don't think she would do anything now. If she had even an inkling of what I've done, what I'm capable of, she'll know it's not a good idea. Hana's a smart woman.
Smart, kind, hardworking, generous, and loyal. I can go on and wax poetic about her if I had any talent with the stuff.
Why don't you sit down and have a drink with me? Don't worry, it's not poisoned or anything.
Lonely? Oh, I suppose there's no harm.
With a shake of my head, I procure another glass and pour some of the red wine. Watching the red liquid is fascinating all on its own with my muddled brain, that I barely notice sloshing some of it and staining my suit. That's why you don't drink red wine, kids. It'll be an utter bugger to clean, so I'm glad that it isn't my problem. Handing it over, I can't help but look up at the ceiling and let out a sigh. My eyes, damp, glaze over, though I won't let it go further than that. Raising my own glass for a toast, I clear my throat.
We drink to... Do we really need a reason to? The world is messed up.
Woof.
War, terrorism, famine, poverty, loved ones and love lost. The world is a cesspool. Might as well be drunk if we're going to drown in it.
A bit less eloquent than your usual speeches, but zum Wohl.
A sip. A gulp. A refill. Rinse and repeat until the bottle of Veln has barely a fifth left. I must have drunk most of it because I barely see Schrocken take a sip after his first glass. It certainly feels that way. I don't think I can stand up, let alone walk. I'm all legless. What do your elf eyes see? Is that joke too old? That movie's been out for like 20 years.
I mean, it came to my mind, but I was like, nah, we don't need any more bad puns in here.
Listen.
That's all Buttons is. You can't deny her nature.
It's true. My mind just feels so funny, and everything else is equally hilarious. Bloody hell. I think I can make out faces of a bald man on the wallpapers. With the butler also standing up, he looks like a skyscraper from where I'm seated.
Jesus Christ, I have Sasquatch as a butler.
What a mess of a human.
It
A
really is Buttons.
stupid child. Yeah, it's so true, though. I have a great alcohol tolerance, so this, seeing how I'm a giggling wreck right now, I assume is really bad.
What was your first tip, idiot?
If there's any sober part left to me, it'd probably shrivel up and die just thinking of the hangover that'll come in the morning.
Uh-huh.
But I can't help but get distracted at the sight of moonlight peeking through the curtains. shiny and shimmering and absolutely splendid. Even if the night brought calm, it is the moon that always enamored me so. It is a second sun, but just as beautiful as my sunshine.
I want to go out and look at the moon. Mommy, I can't feel my legs.
Oh my god. This fucking man.
Mommy, I can't feel my legs.
Hello, I am Junkrat playing the Joker.
Muta, I am not.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Don't
Jonas.
tell me I have to carry you upstairs to bed.
You just
I
watched
didn't
him
do
down.
nothing. I did my best to behave decent.
No.
Did you really?
Did you though?
Whiskey and Mint are just good friends, that's all. And that Rochelle woman's baby isn't mine.
Which one's whiskey again?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. I can't remember that.
Whiskey is him.
Okay.
Oh, you're right.
All right, yeah.
He's speaking in third person.
I swear, I couldn't love any other woman than Hana.
That's
Doesn't
not
mean
what
you
our
don't stick your dick in
playthrough says.
people. Listen, loving someone doesn't mean it stops you from sticking your dick in people. That's how
Mhm.
cheating happens.
Mhm.
Hana must be so tired. I'm a brat, aren't I? She said as such.
No
No
shit.
shit.
I don't want Hana to leave me, Joe.
Don't call him Joe.
That's weird.
Oh
Look,
God, she's the love of my life, you know? I'm a shy human being without her. I should...
Oh,
you're a
God.
shite.
what?
You're a shite human being with her too. So you're just a shite.
Lots of flowers.
That's
All
not
of
gonna
the
help.
flowers.
Oh my god.
All of the
And
flowers.
Queen's gardens look like a fucking dumpster fire in comparison.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Why couldn't he be drunk for the entire playthrough?
This guy is such
That'd
a
be
fucking
great.
mess.
It would have been so much better. It's like, oh yeah, this is the criminal mob boss who's like literally killing people all the fucking time, and he's comparing the Queen's Gardens to a fucking dumpster fire after he's done getting flowers for his wife. Take him seriously, guys. Take him seriously.
All well
He's
and
a
good,
menace.
but you are not achieving any of that while you are lying on the carpet. Now, if you could lift your skinny ass and work with me. 1, 2, 3.
But I don't want to go to bed. The moon is so pretty tonight.
Oh my god.
Dying.
I am dead. Stick a fucking fork in me. I am done.
And this is where Buttons leaves the Let's Play before the ghost kills her.
I should just let you sleep on the ground, Bratwurst.
You
You
should.
should.
What a fucking mess of a human. Still raining out. Oh, boo, it stopped.
Also, I kind of regret not taking the option to see the priest, but at the same time, then we wouldn't get to see Andrew Behrman. So
Dr. Bearman, yeah.
Yeah.
But it could have been, oh, whoops. Glad I caught that before that left my mouth.
What? Okay, so can I read?
Mhm.
Okay. Luke left Hannah in Johannesburg after the incident at the kitchen. Pissed off at the recent events and a possible divorce looming at the horizon, he dedicated the rest of his day to getting hammered, stopping only after his brother intervened.
I mean, even then he didn't stop.
yeah, then he invited his butler to come drink with him.
And tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day. Come on, Mommy, wake up. I want to be in that play. Mommy, wake up. You promised that you'd help me practice my lines today. The auditions are tomorrow, so I have to practice. To the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools. The way to Dusty. Mommy, are you
I choke back a scream and wake up in a cold sweat. With my heart pounding in my ears, it takes a while to remember where I am. In the dark and cold of the room, one can't fault me for feeling ill at ease. It isn't as bright as the penthouse, and the renovations did little to change how old it feels. We've been here for less than a week. It'll take a bit more to adjust. It's hard to feel cozy, though, when I'm bloody freezing. Nudging the lump of fabric next to me, I sigh.
It's cold. Don't hog the sheets, Hana.
Hmm.
Mm,
You know what?
mm,
Listen, though, I'm gonna give props to this fucking voice actor because he definitely has, like, a wide range of emotions and voicing.
Yeah.
It's more range of
and-
emotions than I do, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, come on now, let's be real.
Yeah, more emotions than you can project right now.
Yeah, it's true.
It's Sunday night. Nobody's got emotions left.
Nope.
what are
Nothing funny.
emotions to our feelings?
She always did this, though it hardly bothers me. Growing up, I was lucky to have something to use as a mattress. I'm not the one who grew accustomed to Egyptian cotton with a thread count of 800. Besides, the warmth that Hannah exuded on her own is usually enough to keep me sleeping through the night.
It's almost like she's dead or something.
The
Sorry, what?
temperature tonight must be something else with how chilly it is right now. I must be considerate. After all, the poor dear's ill. Though I loathe to think about what had transpired.
Don't let me pull those sheets off you. That blanket is large enough to cover an elephant. You'll need to share.
God, he is such a brat. Jesus Christ.
Also, why are you sleeping in your suit?
Yeah.
I just assumed it was a pajama top, but like the same color because it's Luke and he doesn't wear anything that isn't like, I'm actually a mob boss, come and get me, Phoebe's.
Fair. Could be.
It takes a while.
What was that, honey? Apologies. I'm just in the loo, so if you can give me a moment.
Oh! Nice! Wild!
And with that, we will end this episode right here. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.
Bye bye.
I'm gonna get
Get
some
wrecked,
fucking
prissy
popcorn.
boy!
Lot!
Oh. Hi.
I knew you'd come, so I bought us lunch. Ah, I see, for once you're buying. Just how you like it, lactose free.
Oh, how kind of you. Do you want to join me or what?
If that's okay with you.
Sure, I don't mind. Let's go to the rooftop. Our friends must be waiting, aren't they?
Will they be joining us today too?
Of course they will. Food tastes better in company, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
A sad-looking Henri.
Can we read something on her? Oh no, just
How Yan is she in this game, I wonder?
how what?
How Yan?
Yeah. Please connect with me. I'm so lonely.
Nah. Ugh, get off me. Long live white society.
Long live Wait Society. You okay there, buddy?
He doesn't look okay.
I mean, he's got a gaping hole in his face. It happens to everyone once in a while.
It's normal. It's fine.
It's fine.
Wow, his brains are melting.